So can you tell me a bit more about your project and the issue it's tackling?
The project that I work on is called DeliSoil, as you mentioned, and it's an EU-funded project that focuses on restoring soil health. So I'm not sure if you're aware, but in the European Union, more than 60% of the soils are actually considered unhealthy, which is something I was really surprised to find out about. And so, of course, having so much of our soil in a degraded state has real implications for agricultural productivity. So what DeliSoil is trying to do is address this challenge by transforming byproducts from various food processing industries into soil improvers. And so the idea is that we will have a sustainable solution to boost soil health.
So can you tell me a little bit about why DeliSoil would be considered an innovative project?
Yeah, absolutely. So DeliSoil is innovative on a number of levels. Primarily, the project is repurposing food processing side streams, and these are rich in organic matter and nutrients, but they can contribute to environmental issues if they're wasted. So we're using this food industry waste to create valuable materials, fertilizers, soil improvers that enhance soil health. And by transforming these waste products into soil improvers, we're showing the potential value of these former waste products. And through this circular solution, we're enhancing the overall sustainability and safety of the food value chain. And the process then itself is not only environmentally friendly, but it's supporting sustainable agriculture by reducing waste and improving the soil quality by using this recycled organic matter. So that's one way I think that DeliSoil is very innovative. And then I think another way that we're extremely innovative is the approach that we're taking. So we work across 5 regional living labs, which is what we call them. And living labs are places where we experiment on the ground. So it's a partnership between, for example, our researchers, the local farmers, the local food producers, chambers of commerce, food safety authorities, and citizens who are all coming together in one geographical location to co-create innovations. So because the research and the innovation is taking place in real life conditions, and we're involving like all the key actors, all the crucial people from the beginning to the end of the value chain, typically we're generating much more practical solutions. So they're adapted to the real world challenges that these people face, and they're tailored to the people who will actually use them, in this case, the farmers. So these people themselves then are directly involved in the creation of our products. So what you have then, I think, is just a very open, very collaborative model, where all the major stakeholders are working directly in a site-specific ecosystem. So the side streams from the local food producers are then becoming the raw materials for the DeliSoil researchers, who then use their innovative processes to convert them into valuable soil enhancers, which are then trialed by the farmers on experimental farms in the same local area. So I think this is real innovation. It's co-creation in action. It's involving all the key stakeholders in the value chain. And it's really ensuring that any products that we develop will be tailored to exactly the people who are going to use them and the conditions under which they're going to use them.
Wow, that's really great. The co-creation action, especially, that seems like a great approach for these kinds of research projects. And I suppose, what would you think are some of the standout features of DeliSoil?
So aside from the living labs, I think the main part of the project is to develop these cost-effective solutions to convert food industry byproducts into these tailored soil enhancers. And so by doing that, we're also creating new value chains for the food industry. And we also look at different kind of business models that people could use to scale up these value chains. Also involved in that kind of scaling up process, which I guess is the vision of the project in the long term, we are identifying different kinds of technological, financial, legislative, and social barriers and enablers for the project's goals. So we're kind of looking at what kind of environment supports these kinds of circular solutions and what can impede these kinds of circular solutions. And then in general, we have another focus of the project, which is to increase public awareness and acceptance of circular solutions in general, but also to increase people's awareness of the degraded nature of European soils at the moment and how important it is to invest in our soils and to invest in circular solutions that promote sustainable agriculture.
Yeah, I think that's really important to actually raise public awareness of these circular solutions because a lot of people might not know that there actually are actions that they can take. And I suppose related to that, you know, in your opinion, with DeliSoil, are there any actions that people watching this can take?
Yeah, definitely. So DeliSoil is part of a broader European-wide goal to improve soil health. And there is an initiative called Mission Soil. And Mission Soil aims to create a network of 100 living labs, like the DeliSoil one that I described earlier, in both rural and urban areas in Europe. So the idea is that by 2030, there'll be 100 sites in various different locations where people like farmers, everyday citizens, scientists, businesses, all kinds of local communities can come together to create and test and trial new solutions for better soil health. So I think like one thing you could do is you could see if there is a living lab in your local area and try get involved in that, because it's a great way for you to see this creation in action, to become part of the community yourself. And then you can have a real impact on soil health in your own local area. Mission Soil then also has different kinds of information days and events. So you could check out Mission Soil online on their social media and just see if there's any other kind of interesting events or opportunities to learn more about soil health through their initiatives.
That's great. And with DeliSoil itself, how can people find out more information about the project?
Yeah, absolutely. We would love if people wanted to find out more about DeliSoil. So I think the easiest way is just to have a look at our website, delisoil.eu. And there we're going to publish all our results as they become available, because we're still in this co-creation experimentation stage at the moment. But as the project progresses, we'll have concrete results and we'll be sharing those as soon as they become available. And then we also have social media pages. So we're on LinkedIn and we're on X/Twitter. So you can find us there, and we update that constantly about our various activities and events that we're involved in, conferences that we're attending and things like that.
Great. Thank you so much for taking part in the CAP Network Ireland Innovation Spotlight.
No worries. Thank you so much for inviting me, Sarah. It was my pleasure.